So if you're wondering whether you can actually play on Stake from the US, the answer really depends on which version you're trying to use and where exactly you're located. Because while Stake.us is available in most states, there are still several where it won't load at all. And Stake.com, the version with crypto betting and a full casino, isn't legally accessible anywhere in the US without using a VPN. But even then, it's not as simple as it seems. So in this video, I'll explain exactly what's possible here, including how VPNs fit into it, why you can't create a new account this way, and how to avoid getting locked out if you're just trying to access a verified account while traveling to the US. Now, if you're thinking of using a VPN to create a new Stake.com account from inside the US, that's not going to work, because even though a VPN can hide your location, it won't help you pass the ID checks. Stake now requires mandatory KYC verification to open an account, and that includes your name, date of birth, address, and in most cases, a government-issued ID. And that information has to match a country where Stake.com is legally available. So if you're living in the US, your documents will immediately block the registration, even if your VPN is connected somewhere else. Now, Stake.us is available in most states, and the setup process is a little more relaxed at first. You can play with gold coins right away, but to redeem prizes with Stake Cash, you'll still need to verify your ID and submit a selfie. So while you don't need full KYC just to log in, you will need it if you plan to claim anything. And even then, some states don't allow access at all. So if you're in a restricted state like New York or Nevada, you won't be able to use Stake.us or Stake.com unless you already have a verified Stake.com account and you're careful about how you log in. Now, if you already have a verified Stake.com account and you just want to log in from a location where it's normally not available, like the US, then using a VPN can work, but only if you're extremely careful with how you set it up. The most important thing here is that your VPN must connect you to a server in the same country your Stake.com account is registered to. So for example, if your account is tied to Canada, you'll want to make sure your VPN is connected to a Canadian server every single time you log in. Also, Stake uses your IP address and location data to monitor for fraud and licensing compliance, not just when you sign up, but during regular logins too. So if that location doesn't match your verified account country, you could get flagged or have your account locked for a manual review. That's why it's a good idea to clear your DNS cache before connecting. It only takes a few seconds and helps prevent your real location from leaking through by accident. If you're on Windows, just open the Start menu, search CMD, then type in ipconfig/flushdns and hit enter. From there, connect your VPN, wait a few seconds to make sure the connection is stable, and only then open up Stake.com. If you're traveling or living abroad temporarily, this setup gives you a way to access your account without causing any issues on Stake's side. Now, if you're looking for a VPN that actually works well for this, there are a few that get the job done. ExpressVPN is probably the most secure option on the market overall, with obfuscation and a kill switch already built in. It's known for being extremely consistent, especially when it comes to privacy and connection stability. The only thing to keep in mind is that their dedicated IP feature is only available through the Pro plan. And there's a 14 device limit, so depending on how many devices you plan to use, that could be a factor, although 14 should be more than enough for most people. NordVPN is also a solid option here. It includes obfuscated servers and a kill switch as standard, and you can add a dedicated IP to your subscription if you need one. Nord allows up to 10 devices at once, and it's also the fastest among the three. Besides that, it also has a whole lot of bonus features like Dark Web Monitor and MeshNet. So if you're looking for speed and extra security tools, this one is a great option. And finally, there's Surfshark, which is the most budget-friendly VPN on this list. Now, it might be slightly slower than the previous two, but it still includes all the essentials, like obfuscation, a kill switch, and optional dedicated IP support. And the best part about Surfshark is that you get unlimited simultaneous connections. So if you're planning to run it on a bunch of devices or want to share it with family, it offers a lot of flexibility. So if you're looking for a VPN that gets the job done at the best possible price, Surfshark is a great option here. As always, I'll leave links to all three in the description, along with any current deals or discounts, so feel free to check those out if you'd like. Now, even with the right VPN setup, there are still a few habits that can make a difference, especially if you're logging in from a restricted location. First, try to stick with desktop or laptop when using Stake abroad. Mobile apps tend to store more location data in the background, and that can sometimes interfere with the VPN connection or expose your real IP without warning. If you already have the mobile app installed, it's a good idea to uninstall it before traveling just to be safe. Also, make sure your VPN is connected before every single login. Even a few seconds of unprotected access can be enough to trigger a location mismatch, and that's usually what leads to account flags or reviews. And lastly, avoid making large withdrawals while abroad if you can. Keeping things low-key while you're outside your registered country helps reduce the chance of setting off any automated fraud detection, and if possible, it's better to wait until you're back home before moving larger amounts. And that's pretty much everything you need to know about accessing Stake in the US. So hopefully you found this guide helpful. If so, feel free to leave a thumbs up, as I always appreciate that. And if you've got any questions, just drop those down in the comments. I do try to answer as many of those as I can. And if you're interested in any of the VPNs I mentioned earlier, you'll find links to those in the description, along with any current discounts. Otherwise, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.